Hi everyone, happy August. Today we are going to be talking all about 20 different things you can be planting in your garden this month. Hopefully you can hear me over the loud cicadas that are in the background here, but there really is no quiet time to do this out in the garden, and I wanted to be able to talk to you from out in the garden. So here we are. Hopefully it's not too loud and you can hear me okay. So I first want to cover all of the summer crops that you can still be sneaking in most places. Now, I will say that if you don't already have the Seed to Spoon app, make sure you download it today because it will give you exact planting dates based on your location. So you don't have to go through and calculate out how long does it take until this is harvested and how many days do I have until my first expected harvest. You can just use the app. You can look at the exact dates for your area. So definitely check that out. Now, that being said, most all of these can be planted this month. So let's start with the first one, bush beans. I personally am a huge fan of bush beans. I love them because one plant can give you so many beans. It is super prolific. I love them. And they are really fast too to give you a harvest. So in a lot of places, you can still sneak in a round of bush beans. Number 2 on my list are summer squash. I am always planting zucchini rounds because it is something that I do in succession planting because you never know when you're going to have issues with the squash vine borer or squash bugs, all of that. But that being said, I'm always planting these at different stages. So I have different stages of squash plants throughout my garden, but you can still be sneaking in several of these in a lot of places. So try some zucchini out. And number 3, you can still be doing some cucumbers, especially those smaller pickling cucumbers. Those go pretty darn fast, so you can get those going up a trellis. There's also some patio cucumbers that are really small, like snackable ones that you can be growing that are in small spaces that don't grow large at all. So give some of those a try. I also want to mention that there are varieties of tomatoes and peppers that are super fast producing and ones that I'm huge fans of. I particularly love the kitchen mini varieties of tomatoes and peppers. Now these ones I can grow in really small smart pots, like even 1 to 2 gallon size pots, and I bring them indoors too, and I can have them all winter long. So then it technically doesn't even matter if you have a frost or not because you can just bring them indoors. But I particularly love these varieties and I wanted to call them out because you can definitely still be starting those this month. And believe it or not, this is the month to start a lot of your fall veggies too, which I am super excited about because fall is one of my favorite times to be growing food. Some of my favorite veggies and all of that I can grow this month. So I'm so excited for that. So next on the list, I want to group together a couple of our leafy greens. So things like lettuce is something that grows really fast. And there are several different heat varieties that you can grow that are more resistant to the heat than others. So definitely give some of those a try and start some lettuce this season. And then Swiss chard is another amazing green that I love to grow personally, especially the bright lights variety. It is so beautiful and it just tastes amazing. And plus you can get these huge leaves from them that I love to use as tortilla replacements. But that being said, this is the perfect month, the perfect time to get started on some of your Swiss chard. If you're going to be starting some indoors, you can do that, or you can start some outdoors too. So check the Seed to Spoon app and see what's recommended for your area. Next, I want to mention some of our favorite brassicas that you can get started this month too. And now I do want to preface this as well that a lot of these I'm going to be starting indoors because it is super hot here right now still. It is like 99 today. So that's why I'm in the shade right now. But a lot of these you're going to want to start indoors, but I'm going to get them started this month because I want to be able to get a head start on a lot of them and get them out and transplant them out whenever it gets a little bit cooler here for them to handle it a little bit better. So the first brassica I want to mention is broccoli, which is probably one of my very favorites because it's something that we use every single day with cooking. So I get so excited whenever we have broccoli ready to harvest. Now I have a few favorite varieties of broccoli too. I want to mention the Purple Magic variety is so good and it always does so well for me too. It doesn't nearly get the type of pest pressure that the other ones get. I especially really like too growing like the broccolini varieties too, which do more of the smaller side shoots of broccoli as opposed to the one big head of broccoli. Those just tend to do better too. And if you do have an issue, you can harvest them younger and faster and all of that. Those are just the ones that I always just go through and do because those ones just work so much better for me and I love them. And then the next one I want to mention is cabbage. Now this one, depending on the variety that you do, is definitely going to have a longer growing season. So if you have a fall frost date coming up, definitely make sure that you get these started indoors. So if the temperature is not good outside, so that way you can get a head start on it and get some cabbage growing. Now there's different varieties of cabbage again that you can grow, and some of the smaller, more compact varieties like the Red Express from Park Seed is one of my favorites. Things like those will go a lot faster for you than the large, huge varieties of cabbage, which are super fun to grow, but they'll grow a lot slower for you because they're a lot larger. And then cauliflower is another big one that you'll definitely want to get a head start on too this month. And this one, again, you're going to need a longer growing season for. So that's why I get these started indoors and then transplant them outside. So that way they will do a lot better for me. And typically with cauliflowers, I've actually found I really like the other colors of cauliflower as opposed to just the white ones. They just seem to do so much better for me. And I really like the beautiful purple varieties and the yellow varieties that Park Seed has. Absolutely love them. And then a really unique brassica that I personally love to grow is kohlrabi. I love it. It looks so unique, almost like something from space or something, because it looks so weird. But it's so cool because all of the plant is edible. So you can eat the entire thing. And it grows really fast too. So if you don't have a long fall time to grow before your frost, try some kohlrabi because sometimes you can just direct seed those right outside and they will grow great for you. That's what I do with a lot of my kohlrabi. I do get a head start on some of them too, but I succession plant those too because I want to have a lot of them and I like to have them at different stages. So I'm not harvesting all of my kohlrabi at once. So that way I have some kohlrabi I can harvest and then a week or two later I have more, which is exciting. So that's how I kind of like to do my kohlrabi. Next, let's talk about some root crops. There is nothing better than fall sown root crops. Seriously, it just makes it taste so much better because the sweetness whenever you harvest them, whenever it's cooler out, they just taste so much sweeter. So this includes things like carrots, which of course are my favorite to do in the fall. I love especially the rainbow carrots and the red dragon carrots. Those are so good. But I love those varieties. But so carrots, beets, turnips, and then radish. So again, if you're looking for something super fast, radish is something that's going to grow so fast for you. It is one of the fastest growing veggies out there that you can do. So if you're still wanting to sneak in something, try some radish too. But all of these root crops will grow amazing for you and do terrific for you this fall. And let's talk about a couple herbs too, because again, this is one of my favorite seasons for herbs, especially cilantro. It is my absolute favorite. I seriously can't live without cilantro. I use it all the time. And even in the middle of summer, whenever I can't grow it, I'm growing cilantro as like microgreens. So that way I can still have that taste. Sorry, I almost dropped the phone. I got too excited about cilantro, I guess. Anyways, cilantro is just something that I love to grow, and especially outside. I can plant it at any time now, pretty much. And I just come out here and toss seeds. That's how easy it is to grow cilantro. You can literally just toss seeds and they will grow. And if you leave them to go to seed at the end of the season, they'll self-seed themselves and you'll have cilantro forever. It is probably one of the easiest herbs you will ever grow. I highly recommend giving it a try and planting it out this month. Parsley is another really good herb that you can start this month too. And it's one that's a little bit slower to grow, but once it gets established, it's going to do really well for you. And I love to use parsley, and especially like my recipes of couscous that I make. That's my favorite ways to use parsley, is in couscous, soups, things like that. I love it. But anyways, I do love growing parsley as well. I want to make sure that I mention that on our list too. And no list is complete without including a few flowers. And some of my very favorite flowers have made the list because they are fast growers and fast bloomers. So first on the list I want to mention is zinnias. I know I always talk about zinnias because I love them so much. They are so fast to grow, and you can cut them. The more you cut, the more you get. Like, they are just so easy to grow too. I love them, one of my favorites. But they will give you blooms real fast. Now, they're not gonna be frost friendly, so if you grow them in a container or something like that, which I like to do with a lot of my compact varieties of zinnias, and you can bring them indoors on colder nights and protect them a little bit that way and try to extend their growing season, but you can still be sneaking in some zinnias. And also, I want to mention cosmos. I love cosmos. They are so easy to grow, so easy to start from seed. I literally just go out and toss seeds for these, and they will just come up like pretty much all the time. And then at the end of the season, I just let a few of them also just go to seed and drop seeds down to the ground. And then next spring, I'm gonna be having more cosmos there too. So it is amazing. So once I start them now, I'm pretty much guaranteed to have them next spring, which is amazing. And next on my list is calendula. I absolutely love calendula. And I actually think that I've said that about everything that I've said today. So forgive me, I do love all of these though. So, but I love calendula. It is so beautiful, and is actually one that is going to do well in either if you have mild winters, it may actually overwinter for you, and it does well in cooler climates too. So it will tolerate to some degree a little bit of frost. I've had mine to like do pretty well through December sometimes here where I'm at, but I mean, it's give or take. But I love growing calendula, again, for the edible reasons. It's a really great companion plant and all of that. Like, there's so many amazing ways that you can use calendula, and plus it just looks so pretty and it does so well. So it's definitely one that always makes my list. Okay, so there you have it. There was our 20 picks of seeds that you can grow this month right here, right now. And I know that's not the be all and end all of the list. There are tons of other things you can be getting started right now. So make sure you check the Seed to Spoon app and see what the full list is of things that you can grow in your area this month. And let me know if you guys are growing anything that I mentioned here on the list, or if you're growing anything else. I'd love to hear it. Let me know down in the comment section, and I will talk to y'all later. I'll see you next time. Bye.